welcome to Murder and Everything Else. My name is Joy.
And my name is Cheryl. Joy and I are two very old friends who love to talk about murder and everything else.
You know, it's funny, Cheryl, is I was listening back to season 1 when we started, and when we started recording this, my voice was like this, welcome to Murder and Everything, and I sounded like
No,
a
you
duck.
didn't.
Yes, I did. Because I was nervous and I wasn't accustomed to hearing my voice on record, you know?
Also, didn't we record on our phones?
Yes, and we were using Anchor, remember? And it was really like, we always sounded like we were underwater. Anyway, I'm so glad that when we record now, we actually are using our real voices instead of our stunt voices. But guys, I just am here to tell you that this morning I was trying to teach Cheryl how to can. And for all of the trad wives out there listening to this and all the happy homemakers and the Laura Ingalls Wilders, you all know what I'm talking about.
What's a trad wife?
It's short for traditional wife, you know, like these women who wear like the gingham dresses and have like 10 children. But I guess you could have 2 children and still be a trad wife. But it's like the ones that like, you know, kill the chicken, pluck the feathers off the chicken, all that.
Are you planning to eat a candy while we record this?
I am. I'm going to be sucking on something flat and thin that can fit in my mouth. No, I'm going to be eating a Jolly Rancher. But, anywho.
Because they didn't get enough of us eating cough drops through our road trip across America.
Right. But when I buy fruits and things like that, I always take whatever is like excess and I freeze it. And then after I wash it and all that, I freeze it, part of it. Because, you know, you can only eat so many raspberries or blueberries or whatever. And then I make jam or syrup. And then I can it. And then I put these cute little labels on it. And at Christmas time, we give it away as like, you know, it's nice to have like fresh berry something or fresh, you know, jam.
Yeah, especially around the holiday. Do your labels, are they cute? Like, are they like Joy's, from Joy's Kitchen?
No, I just get like little Santa labels and then write, you know, from Santa Claus to Cheryl. That's what I put on
So
there.
is the syrup like fruit syrup?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Or I'll make like apple butter or something that tastes really yummy and fresh on like a piece of toast bread.
I haven't heard about apple. I haven't heard that in so long.
Apple butter's so
I
good.
love it. I haven't had it for years. I'm not applesauce person.
So Cheryl knows how to can, guys. You heard it here. So if you need a canning specialist, and you have extra tomatoes or strawberries or something, you want to make something and can it to preserve it, to eat it later on down the road, call Cheryl because she's your girl.
Sure.
Yep. All right. I am going to head right into updates, and I have a particularly feisty update today. It's a Golden Bachelor update, and Francoise, if you're listening, do not click off because I have something fairly revolutionary I'm going to share. And that is, the new Golden Bachelor, Mel Owens, age 66, has said that if there are women over 60 on his seasons, he will be cutting them. Owens, a 66-year-old former NFL player, told producers he is looking for women 45 to 60 years old and to, quote, try to stay away from the artificial hips and the wigs, that kind of stuff, end quote. And I'm saying, quote, gross. If he wants to be the feature on a show where old dudes hook up with young girls, then they should call it the Hollywood Bachelor. Or they should call it the Bill Belichick special. Or they should call it something else like Age Gap Love, Find a Date. Because, I'm sorry, the last time I checked, 45 to 65, 66, that's a 21-year age difference.
Yeah.
And also, remember that woman who was on Jerry Gary's season and she was 75 and she was so fit and she was like, what, 4 years older than him, and she was just vibrant and gorgeous. And so I say to Mr. Mel Owens, you know what? Go fish. Grandpa. No one's interested in you and your ageism. And also, yuck.
Well,
and also, Francois, I'm not going to be watching The Golden Bachelor with Mel Owens. So that franchise can say goodbye to their stellar ratings because they just lost a valuable viewer. And if you're listening to this, you should also boycott the show because that guy is nasty AF. And that's that.
Well, I think a lot of people are not going to watch it now if they've heard that.
So he's worried about the women looking old. But what about like the fake lips and the fake boobs and the fake chin?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And the Botox.
They start that early.
And also, women in their 40s are still having children. So maybe he's more contented with like the changing of the diapers at 66 and staying up all night holding a screaming baby than he is like with a wig and with a fake hip. Obviously, he doesn't care if they have fake lips and fake butts. He just doesn't want them to have a hip replacement surgery. And I call BS on him because I'd like to see, you know what I think would be awesome? If they only allowed people over 75 on the show. That would be hysterical.
And how old is he? 66?
66. It's like, really, dude?
Yeah, that's...
I mean, maybe he should come work with Bill Belichick and he could also date a 24-year-old.
I'm just really perplexed about why this would come out before.
Well, obviously,
why he would say that before.
Yeah, obviously he doesn't really care about his ratings.
But it might be what I told you earlier. Maybe he's fooling everyone and saying that, but then on the show he actually does pick someone over 60 just to throw us off.
Well, I don't know.
But it's not a good look.
It's not a good look.
No one's going to watch it.
Even if he doesn't like women in his age category, you know what? Don't say that.
I know. Well, this is what I'm I'm just puzzled why this would come out before the show airs.
Well, I'm glad it did because guess what? I'm not going to be watching it now.
Thank God, because you were going to drag me.
Yeah, because I was the one who was saying he was kind of a smoke show, but guess what?
See,
now he's a dumpster fire. So there.
And I never jumped on that bandwagon. Now it's because I had a sense.
Now you want to watch.
Yeah, now I want to watch. No, that's
you know what? I'd like to see him run down the road and jump over hurdles. And anywho, I also have another quick update, and that is we would like to welcome our 29th country to the list of countries that is listening to this podcast, and that country is Turkey. So in keeping with our international welcome that we give to each new country.
I can't wait to hear this.
Hold on to your seats, all right? Hold on to your hats. Here goes. Hoş geldin dinlediler. Yay! That means welcome listeners in Turkish.
Our Turkish friends, how did she do?
Hoş geldin dinlediler.
Yeah, what she said. Welcome. That's very exciting.
Cheryl, you have any updates?
I have an update. So on the last episode or two ago. No, today. Anyway, I'm so lost with time. You mentioned that Squid Game, the final season 3, premiered on June 27th, which is as of this recording was only 2 days ago, and I finished it. And I actually went back and started watching it again. So I don't want to give any spoilers, so I'm just going to say that I watched it, and I'm I'm talking out both sides of my mouth because I don't like when a series goes on for too long. I actually like limited series where it's just 6 shows and you're done, and it leaves you wanting more. But yeah, I was actually kind of sad that this was over because I think Squid Game is a phenomenal show. You guys should watch it. I did have a problem with 3 things, but I can't talk about it until Joy watches it.
She can't talk about it, yes. Yeah, because I'm still on, and just like that, which I started this weekend. And guys, okay, I'm just going to go on a tear right now.
Uh-oh. Another
Cheryl,
one?
You know I loved Sex and the City. Loved it. And for those of you who are millennials and Gen X, yeah. you also loved Sex in the City because you came of age. This show was like happening as I was in my late 20s, early 30s. And I could identify with so many of the dating escapades of these ladies. And one of the things I feel like they've done is I feel like they're just dragging it. It's like they're dragging this show behind a buggy. And
what did I just say about limited series? Sometimes it's better.
It's just not working right now. But anyway.
Leave them wanting more.
I know, and I wish they would have stopped with the first season and left it there, you know? And I'm not going to shout any spoilers, but dear God. Like, I have started and stopped. And I can go back and watch the original Sex in the City, like the HBO series.
Again and again.
Over. And I've watched it so many times that Gabe knows
the lines.
The lines to almost every episode. Yeah.
Has he actually sat down and watched it? Or he just...
Yeah. He's watched it. The show will start and he'll walk through the room and go, oh, this is the episode about the funky spunk. And then he'll walk in and he'll go, oh, this is where she kissed a girl. And it was Alanis Morissette. Like, he just knows all of them.
I love it.
So, guys, there is a point at which shows should end.
Yes, I agree. And so one of the things I love to do when there's a show that I enjoy, I love to go watch the casting of it and listen to the director talk. And I love to hear about the set designs and the stunt, and blah, blah, blah. And the director of Squid Game said, writer and director, that he intended for there to only be one season originally.
Wow.
And you know what? It would have been great just ending it there, but it 3 was enough. And when you see it, you'll say, I can't say anything. I can't wait till you watch it.
She can't say anything. Anyway, rolling on to shout outs, I want to give a second shout out to Crystal and April again from the sweet spot of Gordonsville, Tennessee. This morning, Cheryl and I opened up the strawberry jam that I bought while I was in their little bakery. And I made some toast bread and put some butter on it and put this strawberry jam on. And you guys, it was so yummy. Am I right?
Yes, it was.
So yummy.
Good job, April and Crystal.
Yep. So thank you guys. If you are in the Gordonsville, Tennessee area, which is the outskirts of Knoxville, swing by and pick yourself up some jam. I saw on their Facebook page they now have ice cream. So they're expanding. I'm so excited for them. So guys, I'm going to tag them on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. So swing on by and pick up a baked good or some jam or a cold ice cream treat. Cheryl, you have any shout outs?
I have a shout out to you and your friends, Amy and Nancy, right? Mm-hmm. Who taught me, you and your friends, who taught me how to play, is it Mahjong or Mahjong?
It's Mahjong.
Mahjong.
I mean, I learned it as Mahjong.
Although I have to tell you guys, I think they make up their own rules. But
we call
nevertheless,
we call it Valley View rules.
Nevertheless, I had a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm not quite sure if we're playing an authentic game of Mahjong. But thank you, ladies, for teaching me how to play.
Yeah, it's so fun, right?
Yeah, it is fun.
And also, it's so funny how Nancy can't remember if it's Kong, Pong, or Pong, Kong, or Chi. And so she's just saying, wait. It's pretty funny. Anyway, we'd love to hear from any of you out there who play Mahjong. You should email us at murderandeverythingelse@gmail.com or hit us up on one of our socials. That's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and I don't know what else. Anywho. So, guys, Cheryl and I love to play games, obviously, because we were just talking about Mahjong. And we have done, like, on our road trip, we did, like, Would You Rather, or we did, like, Would You Rather, or we also did What If. And then we did Jeopardy last season. That was super fun. Remember that?
Yes, that was really fun.
So fun. And then we did spelling bee, like,
Oh yeah, that was really fun.
yeah, maybe 7 or
What did you
8
guys
episodes
think?
ago.
Maybe
And
we're-
that was so fun.
Maybe we're the only ones who think it was fun. But
Yeah.
let us know if you thought it.
Yeah, let
because
us
we're gonna
know.
do another one, so you better
Right.
speak up now or forever hold your your P's and Q's.
Yeah, hold your pee and poop. So we are today going to play a game called 2 Truths and 1 Lie. So here's how it goes. We're going to take turns and we're going to say 2 truths and 1 lie in any order. You can put the lie first, you can put it second, you can put it third. And the other person, so Cheryl's going to start and I have to guess which one is the lie. And now remember, Cheryl and I met in 1998. This is 2025. So that is 27 years. That's a long ass
I
time.
thought it was 30-something. It feels like 30-something. In a good way.
Knowing
in a
Cheryl
good way.
for 27 years
Feels like 37.
37 years. So
Okay.
anywho, we know a lot about each other. But just yesterday I was telling Cheryl a story and she goes, see, this would have been good for 2 truths, 1 lie because I did not know that.
Yeah.
All right. So with no further ado, take it away, Cheryl. Let me
This
lay
is
it
so
on
fun.
me. Your 2 truths and 1 lie.
Okay, this is my first one. My 2 truths and a lie.
Not tooths. Truths.
Oh, dang it. I gotta make my
My
list
2
again.
tooths.
I thought you meant 2 toots. 2 toots. Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I was a cheerleader in high school. I ran track in middle school. I was into archery in high school.
Wow. Okay. So I know Cheryl was a dancer, so the cheerleader is not a stretch because there's a lot of cheerleading involved. So, and also gymnastics. So I think Cheryl had told me that she did some gymnastics, and I do know that she showed me once a picture of her wearing what looked like a baton kind of a thing where she was wearing like. So I'm gonna say the cheerleader's true. She also was very athletic. Because in order to be a dancer, you have to be in tip-top shape. So I'm going to say the track and field was true. And I'm going to call bullshit on the archery.
We need a buzzer. We could do that on our... We could
Am I
download it. Yeah, you are wrong.
Shut up.
Yes, I knew that.
Damn it.
I
The
knew-
track and field is the lie, huh?
No.
Shut up. Is it cheerleading?
I knew I would get you. I was never a cheerleader. And I knew that would
Shut
throw
up.
you. I knew that would throw you
That's
because
totally
you would automatically think dance. But have you ever heard
I've
me?
never heard you talk about
about
archery ever.
I know, but I did take it. I did.
Shut up.
Yeah.
So that you
My
could do
friend-
what? Steeplechase or something?
I know my friend was gonna take it, and
So
she was
funny.
into it, and so I took it. And I think to this day, I still know how to like load the bow on the load the arrow on the bow.
Load the bow. I like to load the boat on the back of the car. Put some shrimp on the barbie.
That's how much
Jesus,
I-
Cheryl.
That's how much I
Load the bow.
retain. Load the bow.
Sometimes
no,
I like to pack the bowl
on
and
the
then
bow.
smoke it.
Oh God!
Oh
But
my god.
I knew that you would think automatically that I was cheerleader. But you
Yeah.
know what? I've never
Good one.
talked about cheerleading. Do you notice that? I mean,
You
did
never
you?
have.
And I never talked about archery either. So that
You
was
never have, but I went straight to the cheerleading because of the dance, which is not a stretch.
right. No, that was a good guess. But I knew I would get. No, I did. I took archery. It was fun.
Wow.
Mhm.
For how long?
I don't remember. It was in after
Till she
school.
loaded the bow.
Till I killed someone. till I hurt someone, and then they told
she
me.
shot her teacher and then she had to stop. They're like, we
Well,
think
then-
you'd be much better at dance.
Then they didn't have a teacher after that,
Like,
so
could
there
you-
was no.
Could you go back to the cheerleading, please?
So the course was cut short.
And what was your track and field event?
I did sprint. I was fast.
You drank Sprite?
I did short distances. I couldn't run long distances,
Yeah.
but I was a good sprinter. So I remember doing like, that relay where there's 4 people. I would be I can't remember any terminology. The anchor. Yeah, I did that.
Is the anchor the first one or the last one?
The last one, I think.
Oh, nice.
Look at the people are like, they're
You know
clicking
why
off.
You're a good sprinter because you have short legs.
Am I the
short
anchor?
leg people are better sprinters.
Yeah,
than
I have short legs.
long leg people are like better.
And
like
thunder
long distance.
thighs. Thunder thighs are good for
Whatever.
running.
Remember, no body shaming here.
Okay.
This is a body positive space
All
right
right,
here.
okay.
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 That's pretty good, Cheryl.
I
You
know,
got
I
me.
got
Okay,
you.
so guys,
Okay,
Cheryl gets 1 point because she won, and then Joy has 0 points. Okay.
I just feel like yours is going to be hard because I know you've done a ton of things that you haven't told me, but okay, go ahead.
Okay. I know how to flamenco dance.
Uh-huh.
I cannot drive a car without my glasses or contacts. I like to knit and crochet.
Okay. I know you like to knit and crochet, so that's the truth. Well, I know that you don't feel comfortable driving without. When you say you cannot, you absolutely cannot drive without your glasses and
I
contacts.
cannot drive without my glasses or contacts.
And you know how to flamenco dance. I'm going to say, because you've said that you're blind as a bat, and I know you like to knit and crochet, so that is a given. And you've said you are blind as a bat without your glasses or contacts. So I'm going to call bullshit on the flamenco dance.
Yes!
You do know how to flamenco dance?
I did learn how to flamenco dance when I lived in Spain, and I can tell you that I know how to do the primer paso, which is like very, and you learn, they teach you, you pick the apple, you bite the apple, you throw the apple away. That's how they learn how to do this thing with their hands.
How cute.
And I learned how to do the castañuelas, which are the little clacker things that you put. You know that what they do is they don't just go tick, 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 tick. They actually run their fingers down the
thingy.
one finger after another. So it's a pattern of like, brum, 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 like that. And then
cool.
I cannot drive without my contacts or my glasses. I am basically legally blind without them. I probably could not identify you from like the stairs.
Wait, the knitting and crochet.
Like to knit. I cannot crochet to save my life.
Oh, that was a trick question.
Remember you asked me that. Do you like to knit
Yes.
or crochet? And I go, I'm not gonna
You
tell you.
said, and that should have been a giveaway. So you knit, but you
Yes.
don't crochet.
Guys, so we are now even up.
Even
Cheryl has 1
Steven.
point and I have 1 point.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
I have stolen someone's money. I've been chased by the police. I have shoplifted.
Okay. I know that you shoplifted. I'm going to say yes to that because it was probably when you were like 4 and it was a piece of gum. Okay? What was the first one again?
I stole money. I stole someone's money.
I'm going to say you did that because it could have been like your mom and you took some coins out of her purse. I'm going to say you have never been chased by the police. I'll tell you right now because I've seen you run. And that would not have been a good chase. They'd have caught you before you even got to the second, foot hitting the ground. Shut up!
Okay, guess which one is the lie. I'll give you a second chance.
The second one is shoplifting. Shut up. So you never stole money?
Nope.
Oh.
I never stole money. So you're not going to
it.
ask me about being chased by the police? Did I ever tell you this story?
No.
Probably because I was embarrassed, and now I'm going to tell it on our...
How old were you?
I think I was 18,
Cheryl, you vixen.
and I lived in LA, and I was driving to meet some friends, and I was on the freeway, And there was all this traffic in the first 3 lanes. I think it was a 4-lane freeway. It was a big freeway, and I went zooming in the left-hand freeway in the left-hand lane, and then then there was flashing lights behind me, and I have to tell you, to this day, I feel ridiculous about it. Almost as ridiculous as going to get my driver's license here when I didn't need to. But I think I was in denial or something, because I just was like, oh, I'm just, I just kept driving. I kept driving.
Pull over, lady.
No, they didn't do like the...
Whoop, whoop.
No, I didn't hear that either. So I don't know. I cannot tell you what my 18-year-old mind was thinking. But I was like almost in denial, like I was just ignoring it. And I went and got off on the exit that I was supposed to. And they followed me. And I turned off and they made me pull over. By that point, I could no longer deny that there was a cop behind me. You're going to be shook, as you said.
You for 5 miles?
No, because they, right away, when I was speeding, they came right up on me, and then I had to get off the exit. And that's not the worst part of this story. I never told you because I think I was just embarrassed. They pulled me over, and when I got...
your tits.
No. When I got out of the car, the cop, I remember, was a young Asian guy, was holding a gun right at my face.
Cheryl!
Yes, and I was so...
Did you fall on the ground and go, I'm not...
No,
I'm not guilty.
I think when he saw me, he realized that I was just some stupid young girl and not some criminal fleeing from the law.
Right.
It's not like I just robbed the liquor store. Right. And
you were probably listening to music and not paying attention. And
no, Joy, it was this weird thing.
Giving you an out here.
I know. No, but I'm just being honest. Like when you're
putting on your mascara while you're driving.
No, and this is why when we do stories about crime and murder and stuff like that, where we always talk about how we don't know how someone would react in a traumatic situation.
What did you do?
I fled the police.
You ran away?
No. I mean, I can't even explain to you. It was probably my 18-year-old.
And I'm a ghost.
No, they chased me for a while, and I got off. And when I opened the door, the cop was holding a gun right at me.
What did you say?
I don't remember. This was so long ago. And
Stop in the name.
And it was my archery teacher. Yeah. No. So, and I'm sure I got a ticket.
Did you kickball change?
And then I went.
Parade. Did you start dancing?
Did you ever see that video when they
kickball, kickball? She's like,
and then the guy who got pulled over was like, "No, what if we did this?" And he starts choreographing a different step. Anyway, that was true. I actually...
Whoa! Did you get a ticket?
Yes, of course. And I was really fortunate that that's all I got.
Did you get a serious, stern conversation?
I don't remember. I think it was so traumatizing that I blocked everything out.
When he pulled his pants and the Velcro came off the sides, was it Eric Estrada?
Gosh.
Dun. That's exciting.
And I knew you wouldn't get that one because I never told you.
Whoa.
I don't think I ever told anyone. The only people who know are the 2 friends that I met, because I told them after because I was like so shocked.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be able to tell you what was going through my stupid little mind that I didn't stop right away.
That's crazy. That's a good story. Wow, guys. Okay, well, here goes. We're going to see if Cheryl can guess mine now. Okay. Number 1, I have 50% hearing loss in one ear. I have had 4 major operations. I do not have an appendix.
Holy crap. I feel like the 50% hearing...
Good ones, huh?
Yeah, I feel like
all good ones, all health related.
I feel like that.
And also, I don't lead with health stories, do I?
No.
I never talk about like, because I don't have, I'm not one of those people that like is interested in like what's broken or going wrong.
But I feel like you said something about the hearing before. But then would you be able to play? Yes, you would. You know, there on The Voice, there was a girl, a young lady that won, and she was deaf in one ear.
Wow.
And she had an incredible voice, and she deserved to win. I'm going to say the 50% hearing loss is true, and it may be why you don't listen to me half the time. See, get it? 50% half the time. Okay, so the other one is 4 major operations. I think I would have heard about that. I think I would have heard about 4 major operations. But you might be tricking me. So either you don't have an appendix, or you haven't had 4 major operations. I'm going to say the lie is that you've had 4 major operations. You've never talked about operations.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ah,
damn it. I have had 3 major operations.
Oh,
I
see,
cannot
I didn't even know.
believe you got that.
I can't even believe that I got that too, because I didn't even know you had.
I do not have an appendix. I had a growth removed from my forehead when I was 12. I had my appendix removed when I was 10. And I had like something done with my lady bits. That was a major operation. So, yeah. So,
wow.
And then I do have 50% hearing loss in one ear.
And
I found out when I was 16 years old. And it was because my mom said I was always shouting. So I took steroids for like 6 or 8 weeks or something and went back and had it tested again, and there was no significant improvement. So they said, at some point when you get older, you could be fitted with a hearing aid. That was the answer.
Oh.
They said at this age, there's really no reason.
Wow. Yeah, so I remember that. I don't think you told me what that you had 3.
Yeah. Exciting.
Wow.
So guys, Cheryl now has 3 points and I have 1 point. We're going to see if I can win my point back here.
Okay. I wrote a letter to a convicted murderer in prison. A convicted murderer wrote a letter to me from prison. I dated someone who could have been a convicted murderer.
Okay, that last one is total conjecture. Could have been, coulda, woulda, shoulda. I mean, come on. Let's face it, we could have all dated someone who was convicted. So that, of course, is the truth, because anybody could have been a convicted. I could be a convicted murderer, which means, anyone who dated me could have dated. I mean, I'm
not saying a word, because then I'm going to get
So I'm going to say that you got a letter, and I'm going to say it was fan mail, because you had a dancing career and you were somebody who was somebody who is somebody, and you have fans out there. And the reason I know that is because people post all kinds of crazy things on YouTube, and some of them are still out there hunting you down. So I'm going to say the lie is that you wrote to someone in prison, because you would not have done that. Shut up! Damn it! Why am I so bad at this game?
I knew that you would fall for a convicted murderer writing me, because I have had people write to me, but that is not true. And I won't say who the convicted murderer was, but because I've told you before. I'll tell you off air. I cannot disclose it here, but yes, I have written a letter to a convicted murderer in prison.
No way.
Yes way. I'll tell you later. I already told you, but you forgot. And I thought, she might remember, but I'm going to roll the dice and see. And you didn't. You didn't remember that I did that. I told you I was going to do it. Does it ring any bells? I'm not going to say. Don't say. We'll have to edit it out. I'll tell you after.
Damn it.
The other one about dating, I'm not going to say who that was either, but there were stories that he might have been connected to something very bad. And I can't say who that is until we get off, until we finish recording.
It's so, you're being so like
Cagey. Just know that I have written to someone in prison.
So, Cheryl has 4 points and I have 1. Okay.
Okay.
The pressure is on. All right. Here we go. I was engaged 3 times. I know how to play 5 instruments. And I have never been fired.
I don't believe that last one. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay. I believe you have been engaged 3 times because you've talked about engagements. But is it 3? And then the instruments, I know that you are multifaceted when it comes to playing instruments. I know you do the violin, the piano. I think there's a 3rd one you told me about, but I don't know about 5. Huh. Never been fired. I believe that. I am going to say, see, I know you're tripping me up on the number of things. So, like, I know you've been engaged more than once. But I don't know if it's 3. And I know you play multiple instruments, but I can only think of the violin and the piano. And I think there's one more thing, but I don't know about 5. So I'm going to take my best educated guess and say the lie is that you play 5 instruments. Oh, you play, what's the 5 instruments?
Piano, violin, cello, guitar, and recorder.
What's a recorder?
You know, the flute, the handheld flute that you play with 2 hands.
You play guitar?
Mm-hmm.
Not Guitar Hero now.
No, took lessons.
Because she just told me yesterday how she
taken
is
official lessons for all these
an
instruments.
expert in
I could
Guitar
just take
Hero.
the guitar and be like, dun 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 dun, country roads, and play some songs.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And my guitar teacher's name was Mr. Stepp.
Is that a cello right there?
That's a cello right there.
So wait.
I got a point for that.
Well, hold on,
I'm
though.
slowly eking my way back.
So the lie is you've been engaged 3 times or you've never been fired.
And
one of those is the lie.
I've been fired once.
Okay. So you have been engaged. Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
Are you going to tell us the story?
About what?
When you were fired? Or can you?
No.
Okay, you tell me offline.
I can't tell that story.
All right. Well,
it's not safe for anything. Not safe for work, not safe for the car, not safe for church, not safe for the grocery store, not safe for kids, not safe for grown-ups.
The statute of limitations has not run out?
Exactly.
Okay, we got to keep it under wraps.
Sued and fired.
Okay, all right. Okay, you'll tell me later when I share who the convicted murderer was.
That's right.
Okay. Ready?
Okay, last one.
Okay, this is the last one. All right. I was a giraffe on a kids' TV show. I worked on a commercial with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I performed in a show in Hawaii with Don Ho.
Okay. I don't think it was a giraffe. I think you were either it was something like a mouse or a hippo or a piece of broccoli or something. I know you were on that show with Skippy and Tubbs in Hawaii. What was it called?
Checkers and
Checkers
Pogo.
and
I was
Pogo.
on their show. I won a peanut butter and sandwich lunch with them.
And then I know, but you did. I'm sure you did some other stuff in Hawaii. So I'm going to leave the Don Ho thing because it's just too perfect. And I think you told me about the Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think you worked with the Gropinator. And I think you said he was really nice. But also, I mean, you're not tall enough to be a giraffe. But it was that mostly mini show. And you're wearing costumes. So you could have been a giraffe. And also, I feel like if you'd worked with Arnold, you would have had a good story about how he groped you on the set. And also, I feel like as governor of California, it would have come up at some point because you'll casually drop things like, I worked with him once. And I'll be like, what? What did he look like naked? And you'll say, oh, I didn't get to see him naked, which always is so disappointing.
Yuck.
But I feel like I would have heard about the Gropinator one. So I'm going to call the Arnold Schwarzenegger one the bullshit one. Oh, man!
I knew you would fall for the Don Ho one. So
damn it. Because Don Ho, wasn't he didn't he die 100 years ago?
I don't know if he's still
Bali
alive.
High. What was
Tiny Bubbles.
Oh, Tiny Bubbles
Yeah.
in Hawaii.
I've
You know
never
what?
done a show
My
with
mom used to sing us that song when I was a kid, and she said my dad loved that song.
him. Aww.
Isn't that sweet?
That's very sweet.
Anyway. What abs?
So I was a
lost.
giraffe on a kids TV show called Rimba's Island, and it was
Oh,
actually
Rimba.
it was very cute. I don't know where they aired it,
Mm.
but so it was. So Rimba was a monkey, I think. So she was the lead.
And she had a very short giraffe friend.
No, you know what's funny? They had me in the. I don't remember what costume they first had me in. Was it the hippo? It was another, but then they realized, and I remember it was this lady. Her name's Kathy. She was tall with red hair, and they automatically thought she would be good for the giraffe because she was tall.
Right.
Well, they didn't take into account that the head of the giraffe started, the top portion of the costume, the headpiece, started at the neck. So when she put it on, it made her 5 feet taller than she already was, and she was out of frame with all the other animals.
That's interesting.
So they were like, no, we got to go the other way and put it on the short person
And put her
because the neck.
in the hippo costume.
Yeah, because the neck sat on my shoulder, and then the giraffe's head was
Oh.
So that was kind of
So you
funny.
were looking out through the giraffe's
The neck.
neck.
Hmm. So I did that, and I was
I
on
wonder
a
if
commercial.
That's what Big Bird's person
Probably.
does.
He's probably in the belly.
Yeah.
Because how are you going to find a
And
person that big?
Snuffleupagus too.
But yeah, I was actually just a stand-in. It was a commercial, a Japanese commercial, and they were doing some kind of special effect where the actress, I think
With
she.
Arnold?
Mm-hmm.
Did he try to grope you?
No.
Oh,
And in
that
fact,
would have been a great story.
yeah, so they had some.
You heard it here first, folks. Cheryl's been built up by Arnold
No, I was
Schwarzenegger.
not. Don't anyone sue us. But they were doing a special effect, and the Japanese actress.
Wait, were you his housekeeper?
Forget it.
No, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
No. It's just they had he was doing this commercial with this Japanese girl who was like the Madonna of Japan. I don't remember her name. But, when you're a big celebrity,
Madonna.
you don't stand there for light. It takes a long time to light shit and whatever.
Oh, you were the
So I was a stand-in. I never saw the finished thing, but she stood there, and then she was supposed to spin, so it was some CGI thing, and then she turns into the bottle. I guess it was for a drink, or the other way around, where the bottle turns into her. So yeah, I had to do. It was one of the easiest gigs. It was so fun. But anyway, yeah, I did that. So I have never been on a show with Don Ho.
How old was Arnold at that time?
I don't know. I was like in my 20s, so that was 40 something years ago.
Wow. So you
Anyway.
could have been like the housekeeper. You could be the
I'm
mother
sorry
of
to
Arnold's
s-
child right now and not know it.
I'm sorry to say I do not have any salacious stories.
All right, guys. Right now, Cheryl's got 5 points and I have 2. I
like this game.
I might be able to pull this one off, but I'll tell ya, she still won. But here goes my last one. I have stripped before in a bar. I own a gun. I once got a nipple pierced, just one nipple.
And it hurt, so you didn't do
so
the
much that I took it out.
Oh, I think the nipple one is definitely the truth, because you would do that. stripped in a bar. You never told me about that, but it would be something you would do back in your wilder days, like last week. You do not own a gun. I am going to be shocked. I will have to move out of the country if I don't. Okay, wait a minute. Are you gonna like play? Is it a water gun or do you need a real gun?
I just said gun.
Okay. I'm gonna be gullible here and say it's a gun, and that's the lie. And you better not say it's a Nerf gun. That you have a Nerf gun. You have a gun.
A BB gun.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And it's a replica of like a James Bond kind of silver like gun. And it's really cool. And we should go out and like shoot stuff off the fence with it. Like squirrels.
No! She's just kidding, you guys.
So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And the lie is, but guys, exciting part is I got 3 points and Cheryl got 5, so I eked my way back to almost being close to her.
Okay, wait. So don't tell me. Don't tell me. So so you do have a gun. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's either you stripped in a bar or you had a pierced nipple. One of those is a lie. Okay, I'm gonna have to say stripped in a bar is a lie. Oh my god!
The lie is I once got a nipple pierced. It hurt so much I took it out.
Well, both of those are very plausible in Joy's life and personality.
But I still lost the game, guys.
This was fun.
Cheryl is a good liar. That's what we learned from playing this game.
No, it's
and
just
I am a bad liar because guess what? I only got 3 points to her whopping 5 points.
No, you are a good liar. You just there were things I haven't told you.
Well, you know that it's a commandment, right? Thou shalt not lie. So,
well, then
anyway, you're a much bigger sinner today than I am. But guys, everybody tells lies now and then. Fortunately for us, most of these are not crimes. But you know what is a crime?
One of mine was a crime. Two of mine.
That's true.
I did.
The only person today committing a crime is Cheryl. But you know what else is a crime?
What's that? And by the way, I have to say that it's the shoplifting. I was like 8 years old, and it was a piece of candy.
Okay.
What else?
The running away from the cops. Is a crime. But you know what else is a crime?
What's that, Joy?
That we are out of time.
Oh, that is a crime. Well, thank you for listening, everyone, and don't complicate your day. All creativity, commentary, and opinions in this podcast belong to Cheryl and Joy. Music composed and mixed by Gabe McKeon. Logo and merch managed by Cheryl Yamaguchi. Podcast editing, advertising, and social media managed by Joy McKeon. Legal representation provided by John Bojezic. Please like, subscribe, follow, and listen. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Audible.com, Amazon Music, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. And remember, you can find us on Instagram and TikTok, or you can email us at murderandeverythingelse@gmail.com.
Bye, fishes.